got me against Sam Hughes again. I've already beat him. I left him laying in a heap and I sent him back to you 2 months ago. What? Was there no one else? Was there no one else to send out? I mean, I'm sure anyone out here has a better shot. No? Well, do you know what? Bring him out then. Bring your boy out and watch what I do to him.
You're going to lose.
Yeah, we'll see. This is what I take it through.
Hey?
What's I take it through? You think so?
Oh yeah, I forgot to say, this isn't one-on-one anymore. It's now a triple threat match.
You're putting this on me again?
Yeah, I am. It's a triple threat match for the EVM Showcase Championship.
Try it, yeah.
Go on, do it.
You really think I care what you dullards think? Can I do it? Probably. But due to the fact that I'm the H's guy here, I'd probably break the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Answer me this. Answer me this. 2 months ago, I left you in a heap. You shut your mouth. So I have no idea what you're doing here. Have you ever pinned me? I have no idea who you even are. I might be boring, but I'm still a champ, and you're all still losers. Yeah? Come on.
What do you say?
Nah, I'm good with it.
What do you say, Sam?
I'm good.
Hey, what do you say?
No.
Let's go.
What do you say?
No.
Oh! Ah! Ah! Oh!
What a difference a few weeks can make. The last EVM show, Joshua Goodwin had to buy a ticket. But now, with a little help from my friends, not only do I have a year-long unsackable contract, but I have a main event match at EVM Ultimate Opportunity against David Eaton for the EVM Championship. Now, some of you may be surprised by how the events have turned out. Chief among you, of course, Kurt Healy. But I've told you this entire time what would happen.
Alright, I'm just going to talk about it. I've been ignoring the Joshua Goodwin that turned back up to EVM all those months ago because it's not that I didn't welcome his return to wrestling. I thought it was great that he was back, that he'd seemed to have got himself into a better place and was thinking about returning. But the Joshua Goodwin that turned up is not the Joshua Goodwin that I know.
So if I've not dumbed it down enough for you, let me explain it like this. Kurt Healy, from now on, stay out of my business and stay out of my way. You've played all your cards. You rolled your dice. The war is over. The king has won.
The Joshua Goodwin that I knew didn't wear funny hats and pretend he was royalty. The Joshua Goodwin that I knew was a dangerous man. And the problem is, I still think he's lurking underneath that silly attire.
Which brings me on to David Eaton. Now, any of you who know a little bit about the history of Joshua Goodwin knows that David Eaton is a man that not only do I consider to be a friend and a mentor, I believe he to be the best wrestler in EVM. I believe him to be the best wrestler in the country, frankly. I also believe that he represents something else to me.
So I've been sitting in the corner of the locker room and I've been letting it happen. Been ignoring it. Been doing nothing about it. But the problem with these things is if you ignore them, they don't go away. They don't go away. They just get worse, don't they? And then before you know it, he'll be standing across the ring from me and I'll be looking across the ring into his eyes just to see if there's any trace of humanity left in there. And I suspect what I'll see. I suspect what's there. It's just deep behind it. The traces of a desperate man.
What he represents to Joshua Goodwin is the shadow that I've been standing in my entire career. David Eaton represents a time when Joshua Goodwin held himself back. He held himself back because he didn't know who he was.
And that's a real problem for me, because if there's one thing I do know about Joshua Goodwin, it's that he's at his most dangerous when he's at his most desperate. And after all this, causing trouble, getting fired, putting on more funny costumes, and earning himself a spot to fight me for the belt.
But you see, this represents something too.
Well, the only way forward now is to take it, right? The Joshua Goodwin that I know, well, he'll do literally anything. So it's time for me to stop ignoring it. It's time for me to stand up to it. Look it in the eyes and...
It represents the fact that I was born better than all you peasants and plebs, and that includes you, David Eaton.
I think the only thing we can do to end this is to end this version of Joshua Goodwin.
I will prove exactly what I said. I will back up these words. I will take the EVM Championship. And not only can you kneel before your king, you will kneel before your champion.